For our international viewers, this might shock you, this turnout, but it really shouldn't. Nothing beats a domestic dust-up. On Saturday, we've got a big one as well. Live on DAZN, we've got Chris Eubank Jr. versus Liam Smith. Not just bragging rights up for grabs, potentially a shot at a world title in 2023. Should be a good one.
The bad guy is back. He never lies. He never cuts any corners. But he's still the bad guy.
Cause I get to do what I want, it's legit, but it sound like it's straight from the stove. Playing my tape in the field and they treat me like I'm making plays in the court.
Stop talking. We knew he'd play this game.
You sent me a direct message.
Yours come into mine first, and I replied to it.
I'm used to seeing girls in my DMs. I'm not used to seeing guys.
Chris, you're going on about girls, mate. Has anybody in this room ever seen you with a girl? Have you got something to tell us, really? Because you're 33. You said on the programme, you know, when you have kids. I know this is just for no laughs or nothing. Do you want to tell us something?
You know, I used to think Tony Bellew was the biggest to come out of Liverpool, but I think at this stage now, Liam is definitely taking that #1 spot.
What have you had done to your hair?
Listen, I don't know. You
Come
know,
on, just tell them.
You're asking me if I'm gay. You're asking me about my beard and my hair. You know, it's.
Because we're sitting here talking at the press conference, so
I mean,
just tell them.
I can introduce you to him if you want. You know,
your barber tattooed your hair.
I don't know.
Did your barber tattoo your hair?
If you want to get personal with it, if you want to get dark and personal with it, you know, talking about being gay and do I like girls, you know, I've been told by multiple sources that you cheat on your wife on the occasion, every occasion, you know. So glass houses, mate.
You've got a tattoo there, lad.
Let's just relax on the personal stuff, huh?
Transplant.
I'd rather be gay than a cheat. How about that?
You haven't got a missus to cheat on.
Exactly.
Chris, an interesting press conference, a lively one. I feel like you enjoy these type of press conferences now.
I've always enjoyed a good press conference. Who doesn't? Yeah, things got a little bit personal up there, but it's okay. At the end of the day, words are words. The fists do the talking, and that's what we'll do in a couple of days' time. We'll throw them fists.
Certainly will. A lot of fans excited about this fight, and I can understand why a lot of people have it as a 50-50 matchup. No one expected this fight a year ago. No one saw this coming. Where has this come from?
Two fighters who are on great win streaks, who are, you know, at the same weight, who are in Britain, who don't like each other. The fight makes sense, and it's at a perfect time.
What do you make of him as a fighter? The big one, some will say, he's lost, right? Munguia, Canelo, but the European level fights he's done very, very well in. What do you make of him as a fighter?
He's earned his stripes. You know, I respect any man who's had the number of fights he's had and the number of wins he's had. But we are two completely different animals. I'm on a different level to this kid, and I'm going to show that.
You say you're going to saute him, right? Does that mean that you do what you normally do, which is start really fast and then start really just causing damage, or you're looking to get him out there as soon as you can?
It means I'm going to go in there and do whatever I want with him. He's a piece of meat for me to treat in any which way I see fit.
What do you make of the question about the styles, and be honest with this one, about the Roy Jones style, and maybe being almost sometimes going through two different styles in there? Your old style and the Roy Jones style. Do you understand what people are saying when they say that?
No, I don't understand it. There's nothing to understand. The people that say that type of things don't know boxing. You know, they're casuals, they're armchair critics. They don't know that you can have more than one style and implement different game plans and different tactics. It doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're, you know, you are a fighter that is able to do different things, fight different ways, win in different styles.
Fantastic venue on Saturday, the AO Arena in Manchester. You said at the top there that you fought here before. You've had some big victories here. You've had a loss here. How excited are you to go back to the Manchester Arena?
I can't wait. I've always had a great time here. The fight fans in Manchester are, you know, second to none. Very passionate. They really get into the spirit of things, and yeah, it's going to be a fun night.
Roy Jones back for this camp. Obviously, he wasn't going to use him for the Conor Benn fight. What does he bring different, or what does he add to what you've already got?
Roy is, you know, he's a conductor, the conductor of ceremonies. He just sticks everything together. You know, the game plan, the strategy, the thought process. You know, he just adds a little bit of extra sauce. And yeah, I love working with him.
So many big fights out there for you, Chris, this year. There's been talks about Gennady Golovkin, potentially Jamal Charlo, a fight that was going to happen a couple of years back. If you do get through this one, what's the ideal 2023 for Chris Eubank?
World titles and big names, you know. I'd love to fight Golovkin in the summer, and then one of the plethora of names out there in the domestic and the world scene in the winter. There's so many names. There's so many huge fights out there the fans want to see, but the number one man that we want in the ring is Triple G. We want those belts.
Does Conor Benn still come into your thinking for 2023?
If he doesn't get banned, yeah, it's a fight that it can't be ignored. It's huge. In the UK, it's the biggest fight. You know, aside from I don't know, Fury Joshua, it's the biggest fight that can happen in Britain. Maybe even bigger than that now, after the scandal. So yes, that fight will always, of course, be of interest.
Would you still, though, do the coming down to 157, the rehydration? You wouldn't do that still, would you?
Absolutely not. He's lost all his privileges. He's lost all his, his bartering power. Yeah, everything's on my terms now. Yeah.
Prediction finally for Saturday?
It's going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a fight where, you know, it's going to be vicious, and there will only be one winner, and you're speaking to him.
Good luck, Chris. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Liam, do you enjoy those type of press conferences? Do you know what they are and just, okay, we're there to sell the fight?
Yeah, no, I don't enjoy nothing about them really, because they're just words. Obviously, I think we crossed the line a little bit with some of the language today, but they're just words. Anything I've said today, do I think Chris is going to not sleep tonight? No. He's fooled if he thinks anything he's said in the past 8 weeks is going to make me any difference. Again, with 2 fights at the top of the game now, a couple of words is not going to make a difference.
A couple of days away from the fight, what's the mindset? I speak to a lot of fighters and they say they just completely zone out. Some of them try and picture how the fight's going to play out in their head. What do you do a couple of days away?
Just zone out until I have to zone in. Obviously, there's going to be times you have to zone in and stuff like this, and then, little session tonight to make weight, the weigh-ins tomorrow. So there's only so many times you can zone out before you get dragged back in a fight week schedule, because there's that much, going on. But away from the lights, I switch off quite well because I've got good people around me.
Yeah. Career 154 pounder. I know your last fight came in at that 160 mark. Was you always going to make the jump regardless of Chris and stay at middleweight? Is this a jump permanently, or what? Was it just because Chris' fight was just too big to turn down?
Look, it was a fight that I wanted, so it was a fight that I always knew I could go at 160. We'll see. Win Saturday night, we'll see what comes, but the options are open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's it like having that extra sort of 6 pound comfort? I remember watching Ricky Hatton years ago go up to face Floyd, and he done a lot of weights to add the extra weight on. What do you do?
Yeah, I've just done the same strength conditioning I've always done. It's just given me a little bit better energy levels fight week, shall we say. I'm not here now down in the dumps thinking, I've got to make 154 tonight and tomorrow. The weight cut's been a little bit better, and I've been a little bit better energetic-wise.
What do you make of Chris as a fighter? A lot of people talk about him as being a fantastic athlete. Maybe he doesn't get the respect as a fighter. What do you think?
Look, again, I can see why. This is not... I know we slagged each other all along, but I'm not slagging him. What I'm saying to this, Chris is a very, very good athlete. He's fit. He's got a good chin. His fitness is his strength. Like, he's fit, strong. He's not strong as in can throw you around the ring, but his fitness makes him be strong. Boxing ability-wise, brain IQ, he lacks, which he's always found. That's been his losses. He's never been found wanting because of his fitness. He's never been found wanting because he can't take a shot. He's always been found wanting when he's not good enough to box an IQ with the people better than him, and that's his downfall. So I feel this will be the same thing.
World champion under Joe Gallagher, Joe McNally now, the last couple of fights. What do you think he's brought to you differently?
Just, I added to, not really differently. He hasn't tried to change me. He's just added, made me, obviously pay attention a little bit more to my legs. I've got legs. I was a good amateur. I've got legs, and just adds to what him and Declan feel they can add to me. And you know, it seems to be working well. This is what, 5th fight now together. You know, we're on a good run of form, and we're back here top of the bill on, you know, on pay-per-view. So it's working.
I mentioned world champion. Obviously, that was a big fight. Those back-to-back fights with Liam Williams, because of the stage, because of who it is, because of it being in a sold-out arena. Will it be your biggest win, do you think?
It will be right up there. It might be the sweetest victory. Will it be the biggest? I don't know. Could be, but it'll be one of the sweetest, obviously, because of what's being said and what's going on and who it is.
Finally, this is an important one. Zoom in. What's going on with Liverpool?
Ooh. I hope you mean the football team and not the
certainly
poverty,
do.
what he was talking about. Yeah, no, we just seem to be struggling a little bit. I think we've lost the legs in midfield, but look, don't write us off. Maybe we'll get back there.
Don't worry, I'm a Liverpool fan as well. Certainly won't write you off. Liam, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Top
Thanks
man.
for your
Cheers.
time. Thank you.
Cheers. Fiery press conference here in Manchester, as expected, between Chris Eubank Jr. and Liam Smith. And I think we can say it's going to be a fiery fight as well. Remember, it gets underway this Saturday, live on Sky Sports box office here in the UK and live DAZN internationally. Make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss this one. Domestic grudge matches are always the best. This one, I think, will be no different.
The bad guy is back. He never lies. He never cuts any corners. But he's still the bad guy.
Cause I get to do what I want, it's legit, but it sound like it's straight from the stove. Playing my tape in the field and they treat me like I'm making plays in the court.
Stop talking. We knew he'd play this game.